Look at that. I got shots of bowling.
Yeah?
I got shots of us.
Yeah?
I got shots of me.
Whoa!
I got shots of gameplay. Wham!
Is that a thing that has
it's a
TVs as
Stream
little
Deck.
buttons?
Stream Deck, yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Little tiny screens.
We're recording. We're rolling, baby. I think we are. It says stop recording, right?
We're rolling, baby.
Just making sure. Good.
What,
Yeah,
Are we rolling right now for real?
For real, we're on it.
Man, what's up? Try Hard Podcast, baby. Let's go.
Number 70. It's good stuff.
70.
So what are we playing this week, Bowling?
We're playing ATV Off-Road Fury 2. Brand new out of the package.
Still got the plastic.
That's awesome.
There it is, Craig. Hell yeah, let's go.
Look at that. Look at that
Craig's
camera
cameraman
shot.
today. But yeah, hey, it says not for resale. I'm assuming because it came packaged like with the PlayStation 2 or something like that. Whenever when Sonic the Hedgehog came out on Sega Genesis, you know, like pawn shops, Trash and Treasures. That's where I got all my Sega games as a kid. Had Sonic and it had not for resale on it. I thought that was part of the game's title.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like
Sonic
five or
for
six.
That's
Like,
funny.
I was just like I was, you know, there's
Like
a
some
seed.
weird sequel.
Yeah, like the seed of doubt. The seed of doubt was planted that like maybe it was talking about like the Walmart thing where they sell the games. It's not for resale.
Huh.
But you know, Sonic's like,
Hey.
you know, so it's like you can't resell this.
No.
So Sonic would say something like not for resale. You can't get rid of Sonic.
That was pretty daunting. Like, that was daunting, just the idea of having this big yellow, like, you cannot sell this.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I was legitimately scared of that stuff whenever I saw that. I was like, whoa, shit.
I mean, your entire retail store was based off that idea.
Reselling things?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Game Attack?
Yeah.
I went there all the time.
The original Game Attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, let me just tell you. There you go. That was popped up a little higher there.
Oh.
Yeah. So
John, take your mic and rotate it like this.
bring it towards your face.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know,
Yeah, there you go. You don't, these mics you don't talk over, you talk into.
Hello.
There you go.
There it is.
Look at
And
that.
John's mic isn't low anymore,
There you go.
everybody.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Nick Kramer still
nice.
has the big Game Attack sign in his
the store.
dining room.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. That's great. Good.
So-
That's great.
He's also got the bathroom signs, doesn't he? Or do we have the
He's
bathroom
got one of
signs?
the bathroom
Someone
signs.
has the
That's
bathroom
funny.
We have
signs.
these old bathroom signs that are like restrooms.
hot.
But
Yeah.
yeah, take your jacket off.
Man, is it hot because you hot? Damn.
Because you looking
Yes.
like you
You
fire.
looking good, dude.
Hey,
Tell you
John, let's talk about your face.
Before we do, I want to let everybody know
All
this
right.
episode of the Try Hard Podcast is brought to you by our friends at Felix Grey Glasses.
Oh.
Felix Grey Glasses, good stuff right there. I'll tell you what, we'll talk about them here in a little bit, but you guys have seen me talk about them many times. I love my Felix Grey Glasses. All right, so John, what's up?
Speaking of, we'll say prescription glasses,
Yeah, where yours at?
I'm going to burn them.
Oh.
Because I don't need them anymore.
Wow.
Why?
Big news in the world
Did
of
they
John.
really cause you that much
You're
pain?
switching things
It
up
was
over here.
not physical pain,
Right.
just emotional discomfort.
Really?
I could not stand wearing glasses.
Why?
I've needed
Some
glasses.
people find glasses to be
Some people
sexy,
like
and,
glasses.
yeah.
You've had the same glasses since you were like 16.
And I've explained this
Fair enough.
like 100 times to you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Part of it was like a protest to the fact that I did not want glasses.
Yeah,
Right.
and the thing is like I was constantly bothering John to buy him new glasses because his glasses were just, you know, when the glasses are so old, like they start to get yellow, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, John, let me buy you new glasses. You're so into style, so into suits, and you wear these nice suits, and then you got these rickety old glasses from 1994.
Yeah.
And
More
like,
like 2004.
yeah, and John would be like, look, I'm gonna get LASIK surgery, and I'm never getting new glasses again. I'd be like, you're a liar. Like, you're never gonna get LASIK surgery ever.
And they did.
Joke's on you. So yeah, I went to LASIK Plus, and
This was like out of nowhere.
Yeah,
I mean,
we took.
kind of. I mean, I've wanted it
He talked
obviously for a
about
long
doing
time.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but this is like last week we were like, hey, how's it going? You're like, yeah, LASIK seems like a pretty good option. And then like
And then the next day we were like, hey, John, can you? And yeah, and the next day we were like, John, come in and film something. You're like, and I think you were kind of crying because you're in like a lot of pain or your eyes are watering, and you're like, I can't. I just got LASIK eye surgery. I was
Yeah.
like, what the hell? Like,
So basically, like maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, I went onto the site, saw they had a location in Plano, which one of my friends went to, and I learned afterwards another of my friends went to.
Uh-huh.
So
shit.
based on their
What'd you
I
do?
unplugged things.
Well,
Sorry,
I think
keep
we're
going.
still
based
going.
on their reviews and testimony from my friends, they had stood the test of time. So I was like, okay, I can trust these guys. So I signed up for like a free exam, went in, and after a quick detailed exam of my eyes and all that jazz, they're like, okay, you're a candidate. you can do this. I was like, great.
You can't see.
You
Congratulations.
can't see. Well, they
Right.
had to test to make sure that your cornea is a certain like thickness,
Mhm.
and that
'Cause you can go blind if it's like if they don't take the proper precautions. And
exactly.
Stuff like that.
And this
yeah.
place did indeed take the proper precautions to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
sure that you have the right amount of stuff on your cornea, which I'll explain in more detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what
July.
you're talking about right now.
So I was sitting down scheduling out like, okay, so like, are you interested in doing LASIK? I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go for it. When do you have available? And like, originally it was going to be like February 23rd, but they mentioned like, well, we got something tomorrow morning. And I was like, you know what? Let's do tomorrow morning.
Wow.
Nice.
Talk about on the cuff, like life-changing decision. That's pretty awesome.
So we
Yeah,
got
yeah.
into like a semi-argument about how like even there is no form of LASIK where they don't cut your eyeball.
So
The other week on Tryhard, right?
yeah.
Didn't we?
to be fair though, I got all laser LASIK. So when they cut my eye, it was with a laser. So they
Okay.
didn't cut it with a knife.
Laser.
No, it was with an actual
Laser.
laser.
Just a hot blade.
I know.
Because otherwise, it is like a scalpel that they put and they cut your cornea with.
So were you just scared of that, or were you scared of the blade, or what?
Yeah, tell us about the experience. Like, was it like?
yeah. Yeah, I'm getting there. So
Okay.
no,
I'm
but yeah,
assuming
this
you
was
weren't
all laser.
under.
So they cut
Yeah.
your cornea with a laser, and then they use other lasers.
I have a
to-
photo of you.
Yeah, this is
wanna see it?
post. This is post
I
op.
want to see it.
Oh, there it is. Hold on. Oh, you can't.
Okay,
see
we
it
can't
over
we
there.
can't see it, but yeah.
Yeah.
So that's me immediately after I just stood up and like, hey, let's take a picture. I was like, okay.
I can't see anything, but all right, take a
So
picture.
basically, like, they did a really good job at making sure you knew everything that was going to happen, so like you
Mm-hmm.
don't like freak out because at one point like your vision kind of goes dark.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean,
So
yeah,
basically,
that makes sense.
What's it? Does it like just kind of fade, or does it cut off? Like somebody
so
turn
I'll
out the
start from
lights?
the beginning of the surgery. It's a really quick process.
Mhm.
So they bring me in, they put like a little hairnet on me, and they put some like pre-numbing eye drops in
You
my
ever serve
eyes.
some green beans?
Stir some green beans.
Serve some green beans with your hairnet?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay, got
Oh,
it.
it's a good
I was
thing
like,
it's a good thing they were
and,
drops. I
huh?
thought they might stick a needle in your eye and numb it.
Oh no, they use drops. Yeah.
Okay.
So they put some like first round of drops in. They had me wait for like 5-10 minutes.
Uh-huh.
That was like the only time I started to get nervous because like okay, like I know it's safe, but like who the hell knows? Something could happen.
Yeah.
What is the percent like success rate on this?
Like in
gotta be
the
very
hundreds of thousands
high.
successful.
No, yeah, but like of the people who have failed, is it like a 0.1% failure rate, or is it higher
It's
than that?
probably something really small.
That's all I would be thinking about the entire time. Like I'd be like, oh god, I don't even know. It's
Yeah.
like 0.056%. I could be part of that right now.
Exactly. I've been part of unlucky percents before, but but that's a story for another time. Anyways, so the doctor comes in and he says like the corniest line, but it also kind of gets me pumped. He's like, all right, let's get
Did
you.
he say the corny-ass line? What's up?
That's worse.
There it is.
This
I
just
don't
pales
get
in
it.
comparison. He goes, all right, let's get your fighter pilot vision. So it's like, let's do it.
Sounds great.
So there were two little areas.
Just call me Tom Cruise.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
In some LASIK places, they have like one station for the whole thing. In this place, it was one room, but it was two little stations. So they brought me to the first one, and they had me lie back, and like they pulled my eye open, put some more numbing drops in.
Okay, when they pull your eye open, what do they do? They do that with their fingers?
So they taped my lashes back, and then there's either some like little like Clockwork Orange little forceps to hold it open, or some little at this location it might have been some like little like ring that kept my eyelids from like closing on themselves.
Sure.
We should probably, real quick, before we go on, we should probably say, if you are scared of needles or lasers or being touched in the eye,
There's no needles,
No needles.
no needles whatsoever.
just to say, this probably isn't a good segment.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, bye. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Unfortunately I don't have video of my eye because I didn't think about it till afterwards to record it, but I do have an example of what it looks like. I'll tell you to play it when I go.
Okay, tell me to play when you're ready.
So the first station they did it on each eye. They put this little like thing on top of it, and then you could kind of feel. That was like the only time you really felt like pressure because your eyes were numb. So it
What
just
do you
felt
mean first station? Like you get wheeled around?
well, they had you stand up and walk to the other one. It was like right
Okay.
across the room.
Yeah.
This is not what I imagined surgery to be like. We're like,
Yeah,
all
I know,
right,
right?
we've opened up your internal organs. Now, if you could just walk to the other
Yeah.
operating table.
So the first station, they actually cut your eye with a laser.
Mm-hmm.
They cut like 5/8 circle around your cornea on the epithelial layer.
That's,
all right,
It's too
This
big
is
a word for
the
us.
ethereal
doesn't
layer.
sound
Something like that.
appealing at all
the
to me
ghost
at all.
layer
Like, no.
in your
I know,
corn.
it doesn't
How
sound
deep?
good.
How deep is it? 5/8? of an inch.
No.
Probably less.
No, they cut almost a full circle. They create a corneal flap. all
Yeah,
right?
gotcha.
Wait. So
Um,
they actually cut into your eye.
With a
Yeah,
laser.
man.
They cut the top layer just above the cornea. There's a layer that lays above your eye and your cornea.
It's
So
what
what
protects
kind of
your
like
cornea.
cats?
What?
Don't cats have like
It's
that-
not.
that-
It's not
that
like
thing-
a
or the
third
frogs.
lens.
Frogs have those.
And like crocodiles?
Yeah,
not like a
crocodile.
third.
Are you talking about
lens,
like
but-
the
No, not
the
like-
shield
not
thing
like-
that comes over their eyes?
Not like a sheer thing to protect them from looking inside of lake water.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
your natural eyeball skin that protects your cornea
Yeah,
from getting
I'm
scratched.
I'm pretty
and
sure we're
fucked up.
alligators.
We're alligators.
Cool. We're alligators.
We're lizard
replicators. Anyways, so they cut your eyes, and then they guide you over to the next station where you lay down, and that's when they actually go into the actual LASIK part where they burn your corneas to reshape them, and you can smell it. It smells like
Ooh.
burning hair.
And you can smell it.
I've heard about this. It's almost like when you go in and get your balls snipped, right? Like
Yeah, that's what Sam was saying. He could smell his stuff burning.
Yeah. So
thanks.
hit play.
Oh, you
so
wanna play?
for the
Okay.
next 2 minutes, if you don't like eye stuff, just like look away, but still listen because
Yeah, look away with your eyes.
for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
All right,
Look
start now.
Oh, you want to start now? Okay, here
Yeah, yeah.
we go. Okay.
So, like I said, these are not my eyes, but this is basically what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, are we seeing it? Okay, so. if
Oh
you guys-
God, you made me go off track.
So, if you can look over here, basically, they're going to pull back the cornea flap
Oh
here.
dear God.
Um,
All right. Is that like a rake?
Okay, that actually doesn't look really violent. It's just like
oh, no, yeah, it's a very gentle process.
To be clear, I don't think they're going and stabbing you like.
And
Yeah,
so now-
yeah,
now
yeah.
they're gonna clean the cornea just to make sure you don't want to get any infections.
interesting.
Oh, look at that
And
tiny
it's around
hand.
this time when they pull the cornea flap back, they're like telling you to look at a green light, and your vision kind of goes dark. And now the LASIK machine is computer controlled, and it's like aiming on your eye. It'll follow your eye. So if you look away, it'll stop. But you're supposed to look at this green light, and it'll send pulses of cool lasers that'll kind of disintegrate parts of your cornea
You're part robot.
to reshape
Yeah.
reshape your cornea
No.
to essentially act as a permanent contact lens, so to speak.
That's messed up, dude.
And
That's
then
pretty
whenever
cool.
that's done, and that's when you right now you could smell your cornea burning. It smells like if you put like a strand of hair over a candle flame.
Ugh.
But it lasts like 10, 15 seconds per eye.
Uh-huh.
What do you feel? Just like a pressure?
The only time you feel pressure, it feels a little weird, and my face was like kind of like wincing the whole time
Yeah.
because it was uncomfortable, but it wasn't painful.
Oh,
Yeah.
so doing it on somebody in real time.
Yep. Yeah.
Whoa. Are you in there doing that?
So that would have been me. Yeah.
But,
if
they
I
allowed you
recorded
to
this.
get in there and watch somebody else's?
Well, at this location they have like a window that you can watch through.
Ooh, fluid.
So now they're laying the cornea flap back over and they're kind of massaging it to make sure there's no air bubbles and there's no wrinkles.
Do your eyes not dry out during this time?
Oh, they do. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
So you can cut away now.
Okay.
All right. So people who don't like eye stuff, you can look back.
Okay.
So that wasn't
No.
it definitely wasn't as great. You say cornea flap, it's basically just tiny little piece of saran wrap over your cornea.
Essentially,
Yeah.
yeah. And the way I describe it is the way it looks when they put it back is like when you look through a sunroof in a car wash and like the soap kind of washes over. You know, it's very strange and surreal.
Gotcha.
That's bizarre, man.
But yeah, that picture we showed earlier, that was me like right after they did it to both my eyes.
There it
and
is.
you could like watch them like paint the cornea flap kind of back on.
Right.
Um,
They're tiny hands.
and so they gave me some sunglasses and they gave me some drops and like, all right, now go
They
home
give you free
right now.
sunglasses?
They these sunglasses that kind of wrapped around your whole face.
Oh,
okay.
I might want to do it just for that.
Yeah.
How long did it take before you noticed your vision being better?
Oh, it was better immediately.
Really?
It was hazy because my eyes had just been laser cut into,
Right.
and they were swollen. But like basically now the recovery process is different for everyone.
Uh-huh.
For me, for the next 2 to 3 hours, it was far from the worst pain I ever felt. But it felt like I had rubbed some hot sauce into my eyes.
Oh, I know that.
And they were
Yeah.
like, all right, now go home and take a nap. If you can't sleep, just keep your eyes closed. Keep is a funny word because I couldn't open them.
Yeah.
So like, my mother took me there and drove me back. And so she guided me to the front door of the house. And I was like, all right, just get me to the railing. I'll walk myself to my room. And I did, and I laid down for a while. And like, it was just like the whole ride home, because it was like 40 minutes away from my house.
Uh-huh.
I was just like, Mom, just tell me where we are. Just describe it to me. And then like Sean, you called me when we got like onto,
Yeah.
halfway home.
Oh, gotcha.
And I was like, yeah, I just got LASIK.
That's the most bizarre thing in the world.
Yeah, but like 3 hours later, I was like, I had to kind of force my eyes open a little bit, but I was like, I can see.
Yeah.
Really?
that's-
It was like,
And I was driving myself around town about 6 p.m. that night.
holy shit.
Yeah.
that
and-
night.
That is
that night. Yeah. And like
That's
my
awesome.
eyes felt a little dry, and like I had to do like for the first week I had to do like 4 rounds of drops a day,
mm-hmm.
and like after that I just had to do like some like tear drops often, for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But
Is any pain right now? Like
no,
really?
like there's still
Nice.
like a little hickey on this eye from the suction cup that kind of like suctions to your eye and like does the actual cutting.
Uh-huh.
But no pain.
Wow.
Like
Do you mind me asking how much this costs?
no, yeah. So insurance covered some of it, but for both eyes total, it was like 3,300.
Wow.
So
bad.
It's not. I mean,
And you get
it-
some cool wraparound sunglasses.
yeah. I
I
mean,
think I could do it.
yeah.
the thing about that, which is crazy, is you think about your eyes
Mhm.
and how you use them on a day-to-day basis, how important they are.
Yeah.
And that seems like a very minimal investment for being able to
It
see
is.
the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Exactly. No glasses, no contacts. I have 20/20 vision now.
What did you have before?
I mean,
Probably like
I don't know the exact
2015.
numbers, but like my
15,
hand,
20.
I couldn't see. I wouldn't be able to see your face clearly.
Really?
Yeah, like you would have to be this close for me to see you clearly.
Wow. So you're
Not
very
kidding.
you were like very nearsighted.
I was very nearsighted and astigmatism. It was just my eyes were healthy. I had like the reason I never got new glasses besides being stubborn was my prescription never changed because my eyes were healthy.
Yeah.
They were just poorly misshapen.
Wow. So do you wish you had done this sooner, or is this like one of those
Yeah.
things- Yeah.
I wish I'd done this years ago.
Really. Bolin, what about you? Would you ever?
I like glasses a lot. Like I like having them. Like I don't know. I think I look good with glasses and stuff. I'm not like stingy about my old glasses. Just playing. But yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be totally worth it. Like glasses aren't as expensive as they used to be. Like I paid
Yeah,
$100
yeah.
for these, and they have like the blue light filtering and shit.
Yeah.
But like, let's see. I mean, you go to the doctor, you're paying. If you don't have insurance, it's hell. Every year you're paying $300, and then plus glasses if you don't go to online vendors and get them and stuff. But like, I don't know. It's a convenience thing for me. Like I don't hate my glasses like John did his. So.
Yeah.
See,
But
I've-
it would be a convenience thing more than anything.
Shaving is nicer now because like before when I would shave my neck, I would have to do this, but my peripherals were so bad that it was just, I would always miss stuff and have to go back over it. But now obviously like my peripherals I can see just fine.
But isn't it weird that like you had a laser shooting lasers into your eye?
Yeah.
That's weird.
laser
I
that
think for me
shot
the only
other
the only
lasers?
thing for me is the sense of helplessness, especially for me because like the toenail thing. Like the first time I had an ingrown toenail, like they deadened it with
Oh.
needles and stuff, and it didn't hurt at all. But it's that weird like I didn't feel anything, but you feel the tugging. You feel the scissors
Yeah.
tugging it off, and so like my foot's like moving like that.
Yeah.
and I'm like, but I don't feel anything.
The only
and there's-
time you feel that is when the first part when they cut the eye. After that it's just like a little like strange.
Yeah, but you don't feel pain from it, but
No,
you
you
do feel it happening to you, and there's a
Well,
a s-
you only feel the cutting. After that,
Right.
you smell you feel them like holding your eyes open and stuff. But
Yeah.
You don't feel what the lasers are doing. You smell what the lasers doing,
Yeah.
but you don't feel it.
Man,
yeah,
I'll tell
it's
you,
that helplessness. It is being
But man,
so
I went to
vulnerable
that
that
room
makes
at like
it scary.
9:10. I was driving. I wasn't driving. My mother was driving me back home at like 9:35.
Man, I'll tell you, I am
bad.
so excited for this sponsor read because
Yeah.
this is awesome.
It's
Because
great.
This is for Felix Grey Glasses, right? And we talked the entire time about how important your eyes are, right? So in Felix Grey Glasses, like they're going to help protect your eyes. Which is the
And
best
for
thing
you,
about it.
John, you might want to pick up some Felix Grey glasses to protect your
And
investment.
see
That's right.
that those are glasses I wouldn't mind wearing.
yeah.
Yes, exactly. And like, look, I have great vision, right? But I wear Felix Grey glasses.
Do
because
you?
I do all the time, and you guys see it all the time whenever we're playing games, and I when we're playing Battlegrounds or whatever. You guys seen this? Look, they are.
Do you?
Do you? We do. Felix Grey Glasses lenses are specifically designed to filter blue light and eliminate glare from screens, which are the two main culprits behind digital eye strain. Right? Nobody likes that. We've all had headaches. I had somebody reach out to me last week on Twitter. They're like, "You've said it before. You said you've had headaches before. I have headaches because I look at a computer all day. Do they actually work?" And I said, "Yes." My Felix Grey glasses actually work. They legitimately work. They've helped me so much. I've not had a single headache since I started wearing them over 6 months ago, which is like fascinating to me because I had headaches all the time.
Yeah,
so they have blue light filtering technology embedded into the lens, so they remain effective without the telltale yellow tint or color distortion of other blue light filtering glasses. They're handcrafted from premium Italian acetate. That's the exact same stuff that Versace uses. So they look great. And like I said, my wife says, hey, you don't have to wear them, but if you want to wear them, go ahead. So give your eyes the break they deserve. Go to felixgrayglasses.com/tryhard to try a pair of Felix Grey computer glasses and discover a smarter way to work. That's felixgrayglasses.com/tryhard, felixgrayglasses.com/tryhard. Once again, whether or not you play video games all day or just hang out looking at your phone,
No matter what you're doing, you're looking at a screen all day.
100%.
Like, no matter what.
They're an excellent investment. So give it a try, felixgrayglasses.com/tryhard. Okay. Man, yeah, like the entire time we were talking about that, I was just thinking, man, what a great, I'm so glad Felix Grey sponsored this week.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so glad. Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, that does sound like a really awesome investment. It really does.
LASIK, you mean?
Yeah.
I hear you.
And you got like the deluxe LASIK, right?
What is that? What is deluxe LASIK?
He got the LASIK that doesn't have a blade. You got the LASIK Plus, right?
Yeah, I got
just
all
lasers.
laser LASIK. So the
You
part where they
can
cut
get-
your cornea is no blades.
You can get cheaper LASIK with blades
Can I
They
just
take
say
a tiny metal spoon
and
they
scoop
just-
your eyeballs out,
and
put
they
them in a
just-
bowl cereal.
Yeah.
I'm having so much fun running this camera here. Like, this is so much fun.
Do you
to
feel
me.
like you have the power?
I feel like I can like there's Bowen looking at his stupid face over there. Hey, what's up?
By
Like,
the power of
like-
Streamlabs.
Yeah, this is so amazing. Just being able to click.
The best part is that we've had this device for over like a year now.
And we didn't know how to use
And,
it.
well, no, we were like, we'll just set it up later, and we didn't do it for a year. And we're like, Chase, set that up, and he did in like 5
Yeah, it's
minutes.
like, hey, here you go. It's done, guys.
Because our patrons pay his wage, and it's the
can I-
best investment ever.
Hey, quick shout out to Chase. I watched Root Bear the other day, and not to sound conceited, but I laughed my ass off. Mostly at myself, but at everyone else too.
Mostly at
It was a
myself.
great video.
I'll tell you this: our patron is so important because like that dude over there who's busting his ass right now. He's a stud. Like,
Yeah.
thank you, guys. That's awesome.
He can't hear us right now because
that's
he's
fine.
currently editing.
No, don't.
No, nothing. We're
Nothing,
just
dude.
saying,
No,
hey.
We're
Go back
just-
to being
we're-
awesome.
We're just talking about you. That's all.
Yeah.
So you gotta watch. Now you gotta watch Try Hard.
He said.
Oh yeah, there it is.
I actually have 20/20 vision, but if I don't wear my contacts, my left eye will turn in on itself,
What?
hell are
like
you
all the
talking
way around.
What? What? No, you're lying.
Like it happened. Like that means if like it would take like a month probably.
What do you?
Wait, still a month to like just totally invert your eye to
Yeah.
staring at the back of your head?
How does a contact prevent that?
What?
Because it focuses my vision, I guess. It's
Oh,
like a
your
certain
vision.
prescription.
You would
contact.
keep trying. Your one eye would keep trying to look at stuff over there.
pretty much.
You,
Focus
a
eye.
chameleon?
No, because I don't have control over it.
Wait, so to be clear, like your eye would
Yeah.
go
Inside your own skull.
exorcist baby's head,
So
right?
I have been told. It's never happened.
You should give it a try.
Yeah, it sounds cool. Like I could become like a supervillain.
How
Take
much?
a
Like,
picture of your face every day.
can it be fixed if it flips around?
Probably.
Like, if
They,
we,
they,
Dude, I don't
You
know.
know how they do it. They shoot a dart into it with a dart gun, and then they
Yeah.
grab the stick and crank it
Yeah,
back
like
around.
the contact.
that's,
The
5
contact
feet away.
basically like corrects my extreme lazy eye
wow.
by making sure it doesn't turn in on itself. I guess.
It's crazy.
So are
yeah.
these contacts like weighted?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, that's amazing. That
They're like
that is.
3-pound contacts.
I just like the visual of sticking a dart into an eye.
Yeah.
And just-
But they don't do it from a close. Like you have to sit in a chair at the office, and some guy sits about our distance away
call
from
him
each
in.
other,
Yeah.
and he just keeps shooting until he gets it. So, like,
They were Jack sharpshooters.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's funny.
You're
Man.
overqualified.
That's funny shit. This game is this game a PlayStation 2 game?
Oh,
I
this
actually
is
wanted
my
to play this so I
shit.
could talk about this game.
Yeah.
This is a PlayStation 2 game. So
What's this called again?
it's called
ATV
ATV Off-Road
Off-Road
Fury
Fury.
2.
This looks like a PlayStation 3 game. It looks really good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is such a weird franchise because if the first game came out, it was called ATV Off-Road Fury, obviously. Like no promotion behind it, no major.
It was the greatest
like
hits though.
this was like 2000 before you know like
2003.
studios had clout where it was like, oh,
Sure.
it's a Rainbow Studios game.
Right.
And like this game, it's kind of like Fast and the Furious. Simply by word of mouth, it went from like just this random ass ATV game to like 30 fucking games.
You
Yeah.
look at this. You look at this game in general, and said this is 2000. You know?
Yeah, it was like
2003.
99, 98,
No,
something
this
like
is
that.
2003. This is the.
Oh,
second
this
one.
is the second one.
2003. Okay.
Well, it's PS2, so that
Yeah,
would be
that
at
makes
least
sense.
2003 to.
Yeah.
You think about like this was 7 years after Mario 64 and how blocky and shitty Mario 64
Yeah.
looked compared.
Yeah, Blob. It was like 2D sprites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. But it seems like a pretty fun game.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's
mean,
fun.
It was what it's funny. What we used to do is me and Grayson, of course, or like Michael Ledbetter, like we'd put on the Matrix soundtrack, and they had these levels. There was like 4 levels in the game. It was just completely open, and we would play tag.
Oh yeah,
Like we just made it our own game.
yeah.
We just chased each other around this open world. Like
You guys
whatever.
were the best at just making up games in games.
Oh,
It
yeah,
sounds like
totally.
you and your buddies just made up the best games inside games.
Yeah.
That's
It was-
crazy.
Totally.
I have a topic that I'd like to talk about this week.
Let's do it.
It's kind of a serious one.
Yeah.
But it's
I have a serious one too, so let's get into it.
okay, cool. But I wanted to talk about this because it's something that hit the news and like legitimately it's kind of rattled me a little bit.
It's not Shaun White, is it?
No.
Oh,
no.
okay,
no,
cool.
no,
We're talking about it,
no. So this whole did you guys Parker? I guess you heard about?
I saw your tweet about it.
Yeah. Okay. So I tweeted out
Read the article.
after this happened, but this past week or not this past month, somebody broke into
Gavin.
and Meg's house down in Rooster Teeth,
Mhm.
and
You read that kind of story, and it's
like
you know Gavin,
Let,
you know
let me give a
Meg.
little backstory real quick.
okay. You good.
So a guy broke in to
A fan broke in.
yeah, a fan who apparently really disliked Gavin for being
in a relationship.
in a
with
relationship with
Turner.
Meg. That's
Yeah.
right. He broke into their house with a gun, apparently with intent to
yeah.
kill Gavin. Right?
The article did not go over that. That's,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it-
he
yes,
had
yes.
notes.
he drove
in his,
down from New Mexico.
Yes, he
He had
drove 11 hours to get there. He had
over
notes
a-
on his phone.
Yeah, he had over 1,000 notes in his phone
Wow.
about the couple of them, and the one that they linked to intention to kill Gavin say like it read like I want Gavin to die alone without children or something like that.
And, like you
Yeah.
planned to off Gavin. So he broke into their house at like 3:45 in the morning with a gun, fired a shot, I guess, to get inside.
Yeah.
They heard this, hid in their closet,
Yeah.
and for some miraculous way of God, he didn't look in the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I don't
he's
know
like-
how big their house is because the police were there within 10 minutes.
Yeah, but like
Gotcha, yeah.
either way, like the fact that they were able to call 911 and in 10 minutes, like if somebody's in your house, you find that out in 10 minutes, you're still alive.
Yeah.
That's
Or
the,
haven't,
the
like,
grace of
encountered
God,
them, yeah.
man. Like
Yeah.
straight up, that is scary. And
Or heard you calling the police, you know.
yeah, and like
Right.
that, like wow, and that story legitimately shook me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not because not only do we know Gavin and our acquaintances of Meg's, it's scary because of all the situations surrounding that. Of how look, it is relatively easy to find anybody's address, phone number online. I get
Yeah.
phone calls probably every week about Screw Attack, specifically Death Battle. Right?
Because somebody was mad enough to track down your personal phone
Yes,
number.
Yeah,
somebody was mad enough about a result of a show featuring a fictional character
Fighting
to
a
track down
fictional
my phone number.
Yeah.
And I'm not even I haven't been to Screw Attack in a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? So like I still get phone calls about that.
Yeah.
And you know, I have a 5 and a 3-year-old and a wife I love very much, right? And the idea that somebody would be so fucked up to show up and be so mad about something that I said or I did even 10 years ago. I've been on that makes me legitimately go back and be like, how long have I've said stupid things online. I've said really stupid things online.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where I have to go back and essentially retract or think about every single thing that I've said.
Not even that. Like Gavin being with Meg is like an involuntary thing. Like I'm assuming that they love each other very much, and it's just like Gavin didn't do anything to this guy.
Right,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? That's the scariest part to me. Is just like
He's pretty much doing it out of jealousy.
Gavin's with who he's with, and it set this guy off, and that's so scary. And it is scary that we know them.
This would scare me if I didn't know them.
Yeah, I mean,
know?
but that's the thing. I think that's the major difference between internet celebrity and real celebrity, because like George Clooney or like whatever, Nicole Kidman, whoever, they're getting death threats all the time, right? They're getting creepos coming to their house, and
Yeah.
They're stalkers. But
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
But even
But-
then, go ahead.
but they live in huge mansions
They have
with.
the security.
They have
and
the security.
yeah.
Like,
I hate that. I really do. I hate that.
What's that?
Saying like, well, they make
no,
money.
no, no,
they,
no,
they,
no,
they
no,
have
no,
security.
no,
and
that's
It's
stuff.
not that
No,
Gavin
that's. I'm
shouldn't.
not.
It's
I
just
haven't
that-
even finished my point
yeah,
yet.
Yeah.
I haven't even finished
Sorry,
my
sorry,
point.
sorry,
That's
sorry,
not what I'm
sorry.
saying. Like it's even heightened for people on the internet because most of us we just live in regular ass houses in a residential neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but even then, just the idea that like, well, they have money for security and stuff like, it's fucked up. That should like
I'm
even
not
just
saying it's not fucked up.
no,
I'm-
no, I know, I'm
Yeah.
not just so you know, I'm being totally clear. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that it's okay for people to to be obsessive over Clooney or just pick any superstar
Yeah.
actor or whatever just because they make money. It's fucked up for people to want to do this. Period.
Yeah.
Right?
And but we on the internet are more accessible
Yes, we are
than
we're
like
regular people.
yes.
You know.
Yes.
Like, and to be clear, so
That's
are
what
they.
I'm saying.
Like
Yeah,
Clooney and them,
I know.
They just live lives that afford them the opportunity to make more money.
Yeah.
You know, and but this legitimately like shook me, and it was one of those things where I was like, man, do I want to do this? And that's scary.
Mhm.
And my-
What if they had kids? You know?
Yeah,
What if they had
exactly.
kids in the house?
exactly like. Who's to say that guy doesn't come in and go after the kids the first, immediately? And like,
Yeah.
it's just scary. And I know it's, as somebody who's been doing this for a long time, I never thought, I just never thought that
Internet
I've
family,
never
yeah.
felt afraid of what I'm doing.
Uh-huh.
Right? I've always felt like there's a safety net, and it clearly a false safety net for things, but it legitimately makes you think about everything you say, everything you do, because you don't want to be the next person that has somebody show up at their house
Yeah.
Yeah,
with
but
a
it's,
gun.
again, he didn't say or do anything to provoke
I know-
this.
well, I
Yeah,
know.
that's the
Yeah.
scariest part to me. Again,
Yeah,
like,
but the fact, I do think that it helped that he knew who he was, because apparently the guy's history is he watched a lot. He watched a lot
Yeah,
of
I'm sure.
Achievement Hunter and
Rooster Teeth
videos and
and-
Rooster
yeah.
Teeth and gaming videos and such. And I don't know.
I couldn't find whether he died from a police gunshot
Police
or
gunshot.
or a self-inflicted. They said the
He got shot by
autopsy.
police.
Yeah, but they said the autopsy came back with that, like there was a self-inflicted gun wound.
Oh, okay. Well,
So I don't know.
The,
You know
the
what?
edit on the article was that he fired at the police and they
Yeah, they
killed him.
fired back. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was the police bullet.
I don't know. It was sad. It's depressing to me, and it's something I hope nobody ever
Yeah.
has to deal with.
Yeah.
Especially like Gavin was in danger because he's with a pretty girl.
like a very successful, like, I mean, she's been a personality on Rooster Teeth. Her Patreon's doing great.
Yeah,
like
yeah, exactly, but, like-
she's been all over. Like,
But ultimately, like, the guy was obsessed with this girl,
Mm-hmm.
and it's messed up, dude. And like it gets.
that is the inherent danger of intimacy on the internet
And
with
I-
a large fan
Yeah,
base.
I
And,
scare
like,
about that. I think about this with us guys. Like I think about it all the time. Like, are we too close sometimes? Like, and I think that's fair to ask. Like, I
It is.
really do. It's scary.
you know, like
are
I
we
get-
too transparent with the community? That's why I've always said, like, I don't want my kids online. Like we
Yeah.
talked about, oh well, what if you and like when McKinsey and I
Yeah.
play games, we talked about that's how the idea of like my dad coming in and playing happened, because
Mm-hmm.
Bowen and I were like, well, maybe you could do something with McKinsey. I'm like, well, she's 5, and there's a lot of really fucking weird people online, and I don't
Yeah.
want my kid.
I mean, Chelsea,
to be put
like
out there.
Chelsea gets messages from people. Like, it's just like I and she's not on the channel or anything.
Mm.
You know, like Chelsea gets messages from people. Like, I get Facebook messages all the time that I don't answer. Like Facebook's like the line for me. I don't really get on Facebook. Like, I'll answer Twitter DMs, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't really use my Facebook because I don't want people to discover it. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
they can see, whatever.
Well, it's because I tweeted out, I was like, this like legitimately makes me rethink things, and some G1s were like, if this is something that, if you were to go away, I would understand because of this.
Uh-huh.
If Game Attack was to ever go away, I would get it, and that's why. And I think that's like very cool.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's one of those things where if Game Attack was to go away, would somebody come to our house be like, what the fuck happened?
I think that, like, I would compare us to Kind of Funny, and I would put us and Kind of Funny up there on on the most intimate with their community, like in our space. I really would. And you know, I think that we online should always be conscious of that, you know. And you know, we hang our hats on being intimate, and you know, I don't not answer, you know, people that come to me with stuff or give us messages on Gmail or, you know, hit us up on Twitter with advice and stuff. None of that goes unanswered unless it's, I don't know, just some random on PlayStation being funny. But like that's stuff to really think about is there needs to be a line. And it needs to be not too permeable because, you know, people show up to your house.
Yeah. And I think that's the scariest thing for me is like, you're right. Gavin would have been a victim of circumstance.
Yeah.
You know, he would like.
Oh, Meg too. Like, it's not like.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, it's not like.
Well,
yeah, both of them would have been victims of circumstance.
Of course. You know, but.
Of course, you know. Yeah, I get what you're
know
saying
what I'm saying,
because of that guy's intentions, Gavin would have. Yeah.
Yeah, I just know.
But who knows what would have happened? It's just, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's
awful.
Yeah.
Awful. And I know it's a huge downer, but it's something that I felt like we needed to talk about because it's been bugging me since I read about it.
No, of
like
course.
it's been bugging me nonstop, and I think that it's I don't know. I am so like people like we've ragged on Gavin before. We've ragged on Meg before. We've ragged on everybody, and like it's one of those things where like it's just busting balls, right?
Yeah, it's the
like,
internet.
It's the internet. We're just, you know, you know, we've said things about Gavin. Oh, you know, whatever, you know. Oh, I have an accent. I'm good looking. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know, it sure does help. Yeah. Okay.
Like Jeff's
that's
got
cool.
his nose tattooed on his leg. Like it's like he's still a human being. You know.
Yeah. And I just it doesn't matter because I just think that I mean I know everyone here thinks the way too. Just we're glad nothing happened to them.
Yeah.
And it's just beyond scary. And I don't know if they'll ever talk about it on a podcast or what, but just the life experience that they both went through is easily like one of the worst experiences you could possibly go through.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine it. And, you know, I DM'd Gavin and we had a private conversation and such. And I know for a fact it shook him, you know, it shook him hard. So
yeah, I couldn't imagine.
no,
You
but
know.
anyways, just look, we're glad you're okay. If you're watching this, we're glad you guys are okay. And, just thank God.
Yeah.
Just thank God.
Yeah,
you know?
thank whoever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, you're serious bowling.
Yeah. Man, I don't like.
Sorry,
if you want to break it up, like like.
Yeah, let's talk about this video game more.
I mean, my topic actually could roll right off of what we just talked about.
Fine, go for it.
do you want to? Let's talk about this video
Get
game.
all
It
the
sure is
shit
fun.
out of the
It
way.
sure is a fun video game.
Stop faking it.
Hey.
Just say what you mean.
Hey Parker.
Hey, man.
What do you think of that tractor in the background there? It's pretty cool. There's a nice
Parker,
house.
what do you want to talk about on the show?
Yeah, Parker.
God, dude.
Before I
going
bring
on
us
in your
back
life?
down again with
my
topic.
life. Well, I totaled my car.
Yeah, we
Remember
talked about that. Yeah.
Got a really good rate, or I don't know how you say it.
Reimbursement?
value. Yeah, reimbursement.
Oh.
That I basically only lost like maybe $1,000 from the time I
Nice.
got it to now,
Oh wow.
which I did not think
Nailed
that was
it.
gonna happen.
Yeah,
So,
that's
Yeah. You were like, it's not worth much.
Right. Yeah.
Crash your cars more often.
Yeah.
So you getting
We'll
a new
see.
car?
Yeah, I don't know what I haven't really started looking though. Like I really want like an old like 80s muscle car, but at the same time, like I'm just trying to buy a car right now, and I can't be buying repairs every other week. So,
Yeah.
but man, if I could get like a Thunderbird, that'd be nice.
Just think about like when you're looking for a car and you're
Yeah.
looking for an old car.
Right.
Remember, a lot of those parts are not there anymore.
That's what I'm saying. I can't afford to have, something drop out of my car and then, them not have any parts in existence.
Yeah.
Or even so, like, buy a car with 200,000+ miles on it. So, I don't know.
Well,
I'm still looking.
We need to keep up. There's
But,
a few things we need to keep up with in your life.
Yeah.
Number one, it's your goatee hair.
And I swear to God, I was gonna shave it last night, but
No.
Yeah.
Don't you do that?
Why?
Don't.
Are
no,
you making
don't,
him keep it?
No. Every week on Poke Mondays, we're tracking it down. We're checking it. We're gonna see its growth. I want to see how
Oh,
it
God.
grows. We have a week-to-week
Have you,
update on
have
it.
you been measuring it?
I have not been
Just on
measuring it.
camera.
It has been getting a little bit thicker. At the same time, it doesn't grow like on my face, so it looks pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah,
But,
neck beards
You
are
don't like
awful.
it?
Yeah. No.
Okay,
I mean,
well-
it's fine that it segments this part of my face from the rest of my head.
My facial
But-
hair is mostly neck beard.
Yeah.
Like it's mostly on.
Yeah,
the
but
neck,
at least you have
know?
some on your face. Like, it's growing up by your nose, son. Like, what you
It's
talking
fine
about?
if it's on the neck as long as it goes onto the face
Yeah.
as well.
Have you have you ever tried to grow facial hair like at all?
No.
That's it.
Yeah. Like,
That's it.
and even this is just from forgetting to shave.
Well, you and
Like-
I share the same like this.
Yeah.
For me, it probably took to my probably 31 before I could put
Yeah.
any facial hair on.
Yeah,
Like,
I
really-
was 22, 23 before I started growing facial
Well,
hair.
I had
That's
like
funny.
friends at like 16, 17 that would like, beards
Oh,
down to
dude,
the
Of
chest.
course.
I-
Grayson
it's
was
crazy.
6.
yeah, no joke, legit. I had a kid who was 12 years old
God.
that had a full fucking beard.
Yeah.
Full
Yeah.
fucking beard.
Yeah.
Sounds
That
awesome.
FFB, baby.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Full
Hey,
fucking
you got an
beard.
FFB in the chat? You let us know.
Yeah. And I also I don't like none of them. I guess men in my family are hairy.
That's a good quality to have, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
you,
not a whole lot of chest hair, not really arm.
you should embrace the lack of hair. I feel
Yeah.
like that's important. John, what are your thoughts on that?
I am covered in hair, so
Yeah.
I
have
probably
a-
could have grown a beard in like late 6th grade. My friends
Are
wanted
you
me to.
serious?
That would have
Yeah,
been
probably.
12.
My
yeah.
friends were like, "John, you got to grow a beard." I was like, "No, I didn't want to grow a beard until
No, it was more like-
high school."
No.
Basically, there's video. We were making like a home movie, like a murder drama film, and
Sure.
Like just kids like
So-
messing around.
exactly, yeah. And some of the outtakes are hilarious because like there's a scene when like my friend Chad Chase, not Chad James, was supposed to go through a door and then slam it, and he didn't. So it's like, Chad, you got to close the door. My voice sounded basically the same as it does now, and then you hear him go, "What? Slam it? Huh?"
hey guys.
And it's so drastic. It's hilarious.
When Bolin, when did your balls drop? When did you get the deep voice?
I have a deep voice.
Deeper than when you were 6?
I guess so. I don't know. I remember my voice was changed a lot. It was, 8, 10, 12, 14.
Yeah?
Like,
Parker, what about you?
I remember. I think like probably after I started working at Screw Attack is when it got deeper.
It certainly has.
It has gotten
over the
deeper
years.
since
Yeah,
I've started
people
working.
really appreciate your VO on the
Yeah. it was
on
fun.
the trailer for the triple flip
No, yeah,
roll
it's
that
good
we
business.
put together.
But yeah, I remember like I had a YouTube channel I think freshman year, and even going back and watching those, it's so much higher than it is now.
Really?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because like I went through puberty like really fast, and then there was the stereotypical like classmate who like it took forever,
Uh-huh.
and
Right.
like he had like the scratchy voice and like the pimply face, and it's like, I'm so sorry for you.
It sucks, dude. Yeah.
Luckily I didn't have to really. I didn't really have any acne. With
I remember
Yeah,
in as elementary, maybe 2nd grade, something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I every year you have your like play that you're
I
on.
would 2nd grade. We had a garden play, and I was part of the gangster club called the Weeds.
What's up?
It was nice.
I was in one
I'll
act play in
tell
high
you.
school, actually.
Yeah?
That's such a weird. I played the villain of the play, and I was actually in a lot of it, and he stuttered.
Yeah.
It was like his name was Taglia. That was his
Man,
name.
that's
That was
great.
his name, and
What was your 2nd grade play? Craig?
Oh, so my 2nd grade play
Sorry.
was the Animal Fair.
okay.
And my line, I remember it to this day because we watched it afterwards because we watched it on VHS.
Of course, yeah.
My line was, "But this Animal Fair is really special." Right? And
I bet it was.
it was a special fair.
Really special.
So the while you literally, it's one of those things
Really
where a kid
special.
talks,
yeah.
steps back, another kid walks up to
Of
the
course,
microphone,
yeah,
says
yeah.
something.
A play.
Yeah. And so I went up and said my line, and I remember watching it on VHS and saying like, "Is that really how my voice sounds?"
oh yeah,
Right? It was
Yeah.
like
Yeah, yeah.
hearing it for the first time, and I remember this is how a 2nd grader thinks, right? I remember going, "Man, I will whenever I'm on camera, I will always speak in Pee Wee Herman voice from here on out because I can nail a Pee Wee Herman
yeah?
voice."
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
And I really wish that I had started Screw Attack with my Pee Wee Herman voice back in the day, because why not, right? It's just funnier. But just to think that I've done this for so long and used my voice, and I hated my voice so much as a kid. It's,
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I had to come to like my voice. It took me a long time to like my
Yeah?
my voice sounds. Yeah.
I don't think anybody really ever. It's one of those things where, as a kid, you're conscious of it, but
Yeah.
nobody cares about it because as a kid, you're changing so much, and you.
Yeah, they don't care about it because it's always just how your voice sounds.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
yeah.
But to you, it's like I sound so different.
Yeah, it's weird.
Sounds so
Chelsea
weak.
will be like, I don't know how you can stand hearing your own voice.
Because I can't. I can't
sweet wife.
anymore.
No, yeah. It's not in a mean way, but it's just that same phobia of like hearing yourself.
Yeah.
See, especially after playing like the Hulk in Death Battle, I'm okay with my voice.
Yeah, no, you should be. You,
I
'Cause
think
that was
again, I think you have a future in VO. I can't be honest enough about
I don't
that.
know. I've heard some really good VO people that still like don't get a lot of work.
Yeah, of course.
you know.
I mean, it's just so competitive
Yeah.
and political. it
It'd be
seems
fun
like,
for
but-
sure. Like I'd love to do it.
well, we'll
it
need to pull some strings over at Funimation to,
Over at that
to
Funimation
make,
office.
make sure it happens because we know everybody over there.
Hey, if you get
Well, I
it-
knew Justin, but he
He
left. So
gone.
now I'm like, shit.
Did I hear
The one
Lauren's
guy.
gone too?
I don't know
I thought I
about
saw
that.
something like
I don't
Lauren
think so,
leaving.
no. I don't
No,
think-
Lauren's still there.
I mean, she
Yeah.
loves that job. So.
Oh, does she? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I think
cool.
she filled Justin's position actually.
Oh, did she?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
good,
she's
good,
social
good.
media coordinator.
Well, Bolin, what did you want to talk about?
Oh my gosh, I got a gun. Oh, I just got ran over too. Oh no, I missed
what
it.
is it?
Did you get a different gun?
Is it? You wanted to talk about that you bought a gun?
Yeah, I don't
And
want
he
to.
went through the same paranoia I did.
I went. Okay, so
It was
so
hilarious to watch.
Have we not talked about this yet?
we talked
Yeah.
about John buying a gun,
Right.
And last week, Bolin went to the gun show.
And bought banana
but
bread.
and
Yes,
bought banana
yes.
bread. So I
Right.
went to a different gun show.
Took me along. It was
because
fun to watch.
I took John
Why do you go to gun shows, if I may ask, and not like
because
stores?
it was cheaper.
All right.
It's
And there's like a cacophony of weapons.
yeah.
Yeah, there is.
So Bolin,
But like
Don't
hand the
know
controller
about
off.
yeah.
So-
So
Oh, sorry.
so I got a gun, and
Can I just ask once again why you felt the need to buy a gun?
because it's so fun to shoot.
Oh, it is.
This is just it's just strictly a sport
Yeah, that's what I
thing?
want. That's what I
all
want to
it
talk
is?
about. This is like, so I bought it before the Gavin Meg thing happened. It's not like that happened, and I was like, I'm gonna get
Need
my
to arm up.
So
The revolution is coming, people.
so I'm still building out my routine of doing things that are not video games,
Right.
Because I need
Like frisbee golf.
time away from video games
I
a little
understand.
bit, and so like I'm working out. John's gonna do kung fu with me again. We're gonna get back into that, and also I'm gonna hit up Chad's dad soon, who's like a firearms specialist,
gunman.
to do like gun training, like pistol training.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why we're doing this.
You
no,
tell,
no.
you tell me.
Happening,
You're the one who started it.
And so that's why I got it. But so when you buy it, they give you this piece of paper, and there's 9 check boxes that you check.
Yep.
It is.
Yeah, 30-second back
I
and
mean, I
forth.
know John already talked about this, but there is. It's this. I experienced this weird sense of guilt when I bought the gun. It was really really strange, because it's like this hypothetical of, wow, if I was crazy, I could just go kill at least 17 people right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, you don't know what I mean.
No,
But
I
they give you
really
this
don't.
piece
I
of
know what you
paper.
mean.
They give you this piece of paper, and it's like, are you a criminal? Have you ever been convicted of domestic violence? Are you crazy? Has anyone basically ever called you crazy before? And I'm just thinking about all the things I could have done in my hypothetical horrible life that I could just check no for.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And so I walk out, and I've got this.
Wait, does somebody actually do they run this through a computer
Yeah, so they
system
take
or
this
something?
they take this piece of paper, and they look at it. They're like, okay, cool. And then they had this iPad set up, and Chelsea said, it's a special name for background check, because I'm sure she's done them before too.
Sure.
But like, it was so fast that John was like, did they do a background check on you? And I was like, yeah, because they had, and it was
Right.
a
Yeah.
minute.
Hmm.
And
if that.
Yeah.
Really?
okay, and so then I walked out, and in front of me there's a guy that's got like 3 boxes, about 3/4 the size of this coffee table right here, and each one of them has an automatic rifle or a semi-automatic rifle in them, like an M4, like Call of Duty style shit.
AR-15.
And he's got
Necessary.
he's
I
got
might
3
add.
of these.
Okay.
protection.
He's got 3 of these, and the cop, there's the one cop that's watching the door, is talking to people and not paying attention to people leaving with guns like they're just picture frames.
Yeah.
And I've got this bag right here, and it's the same thing that John went through. I'm just looking at this cop, and I'm like,
You would have no
do
idea.
you not want to see what's in this bag because it's a gun?
Yeah.
And you're just talking. You're just not even looking at the people leaving this place, and all of them have guns.
I'll just never forget what the cop said to me, because I went to the cop and I was like, "So do you need to check this?" And he was like, "You bought it. You're good."
No, and so like,
Okay.
Cool.
So when I left, I was asking John about like this guilt of, like, am I part of the problem? Maybe, but I'm not a crazy person.
I swear.
I'm not gonna kill anybody with this thing,
Uh-huh.
but I so easily could if I was crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Or
don't.
violent, or overly passionate about something.
Yeah, if I hit my head and the
I
next morning I
love
woke up as a
him.
crazy person, I could just shoot people.
Yeah.
Is
You have power.
Or you just have a really bad day.
Yeah, or you
You
just
know,
have a
that's
bad
the-
day. What if?
I thought about this all the way back in 7th grade when I was shooting bow and arrow.
Yeah,
And I was like, yeah, it's not a gun, but this can totally
John-
go through
I mean,
someone.
realistically, if you
I was
want-
like, I could at least
so there's two
Get
things
to
I want to
3
talk about
people.
here, and
well, let me just say this about the guns and like the idea. Like, the detractors of the guns will say, or the people who like guns will say, you could do the same thing with a knife.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you can do it.
And you could.
You can
You
do it
could-
with you can do it with
and-
rope. You can go and
Right.
string up somebody up, choke them, whatever.
Yeah.
You know. So, anyways, I just want to get that out there.
Yeah. So when I got home, I went, I bought a safe, and I invested in protecting it and keeping it, in a safe location in my apartment.
Somehow a child stumbled into your house. It wouldn't just happen upon a loaded gun.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just want to be clear. Am I the minority here? Everybody here has a gun now, except for me.
I don't know if Chase does or not, but yeah.
No, but on the set here.
And on the set.
Yeah.
I
And
guess
again,
so,
like
yeah.
I grew up around guns. I'm surprised I don't have an entire arsenal.
I did not grow up around guns. I grew up around swords.
Yeah, John's got 2 real
Nerd!
Nerd!
Just kidding.
Hey,
John,
I actually
just
know how
kidding.
to use my swords. Thank you very much.
He does. They're not just on his TV set. John could actually take it out and do the stuff.
Yeah.
That was a great cut. Way to go,
Did you
dude.
see that?
I'm pretty. Watch it.
Oh my god. Oh, just wait. I'm gonna get to the edge of this
Okay.
place.
All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh shit.
So after that, I had the gun. I cleaned it. I took it apart. I understand how it functions, and I put it back together. I'm not just like, well, there it is. I actually read through
Pull the trigger and goes boom.
I read through the
Yeah.
entire instruction manual. It's not like I just put it up. I want to understand how it functions.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
And then you can mod it.
no, because I'm gonna do gun training with Bob James, and I don't want him to think I'm an idiot whenever I get there.
He'll still think you're an idiot.
Yeah, I know. But so this, first of all, I was thinking about what would happen if somebody broke into my house, and then the Megan Gavin thing happened, and it was like, oh my God, the
Really? What if
reality
someone
set
broke into
in.
my house?
It's like, really, this could happen,
Mhm.
and I have a small apartment, like. You can see my bedroom from the front door
Yeah,
when you walk
it's
in.
like a standard 800 square foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like if somebody broke in, even if they did break in, they're gonna know pretty much where our bedroom is, and then I'm not gonna have time to get to the gun and undo the safe, and then load it and all that stuff, and then
Right.
stop somebody.
Sure.
And then I was thinking, I did not. There's 0% of me that bought the gun because I felt like I was in danger and needed to protect myself. It is 100% a bowling ball or a bow and arrow
Right.
or a pair of golf clubs. That's what I compare it to the most. Is I want to go to a range and shoot targets.
You want to Sean look it up?
I don't like saying that, but I guess so.
Because he kills people.
And I was
That's true.
thinking, like
take it back.
nothing in this isn't very political. It's just personal opinion. But like, if somebody broke into my house, even if I did get to the gun in time, like Chelsea would have to be in danger, like real danger, for me to be like, I should get the gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
kill this
Like
person.
somebody would have to be like on her or threatening her for that to happen. Because if somebody broke into my house and they're taking my TV, that TV is not worth me pulling out my gun and me getting shot by the guy that's taking it. And it's definitely not worth me killing somebody over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if they come in and they take my entire apartment, I would rather them rob me blind than me have to shoot somebody.
No, of course, yeah.
Let alone kill somebody.
I personally, I mean, I think that's the best way you could possibly look at something.
Yeah, and
You know, but at the same time, you don't know until you're in that situation.
exactly.
Of course,
yeah.
yeah.
And that's that's why you want to. That's why I'd like to train with Bob and stuff. Is like
Worst
understand.
case, you have
Yeah.
actual training.
Hey,
Yeah.
So
You
go
can-
ahead, Parker.
you can buy an extended mag for your Glock 34 at any Cabela's. in
Oh,
the
that's
area.
really good because he doesn't know if he ever wants to shoot it. So why not get more bullets for it?
Dude, when my roommate got his Glock, we went to Cabela's and got like 3 or 4 mods for it just for the barrel and the magazine.
Yeah.
And then that extended mag, it feels good.
Well, so let me
It
ask you
feels
this,
fun.
Bolin. As somebody who owns a gun now, like a gun that you own,
Yeah.
and it really this is
In my
this
apartment
is for
as an
everybody.
adult.
I've had guns
In my
since I was
apartment as an
18.
adult.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
And
Yeah, yeah.
I guess this goes for you too, John.
Uh-huh.
And do you own a gun,
Shotguns,
Parker, at your apartment?
I think there might be.
You
No, I took the last one out of my apartment. I did last year. I mean, because we'd go to the range up in
Okay.
Benton.
As adults of
But yeah.
varying ranges here, I'm curious to see like different situations. You have wife, you have yourself. Parker has his roommates, right? How do you feel now that you own one? Now that you have a tool that, unlike a bowling ball,
Mhm.
You physically load to execute something that is designed initially not for sport,
Yes, but
Right.
to
but
kill.
to kill.
Also,
Yeah.
I mean,
There's no doubt that it is a device made to kill. Like that's
Yeah.
not
It's
escaped
foolish
on
to
me at
think
all.
otherwise, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say for one, I've hunted since I was probably 7 or 8. 2, I've had a bow and arrow, like one for target practice that probably wouldn't kill someone, and the other that's for deer hunting. You know, that'll go through skull with relative ease. And that was also like 10, 12 years old. I'll say I think like if someone were to break into my house and were to threaten,
You're not getting the bow.
No, I would probably get a bat before I'd get a gun. I think of I can think of far more ways like to stop someone with a knife or like a bat or something than having to get a gun out and like shoot up my apartment.
Yeah,
it
sure.
always for me,
You
it
get
makes more
holes and
sense.
You get blood everywhere.
Right.
That's
And I
mess.
feel like a gun might be more threatening at the time, but like as far as like personal, I guess skill goes, I would be far more comfortable with like a bat or something.
But
I don't know. I think
but
more
isn't
about that than I do than like
Yeah.
getting a gun and
But
like
in-
being like, there you go.
But isn't that ironic though? The idea that you have this weapon that you
Right.
feel less comfortable with that does more damage than a bat. You
Right,
feel
because
more-
a
you feel
bat I
more
feel like
comfortable.
I have far more control over.
Well, it's also like we have atomic bombs, but that shouldn't be our first response.
Yeah, no,
That is true.
Like, I want to be like really clear, right? You got a gun, that's your deal, right? And I know people are like, well, Craig's an anti-gun guy. I'm the anti-kill people guy.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's what I
Or
am.
the anti-accidentally kill yourself guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I don't want to see anybody dead.
Yeah.
Right. Let's just like. So I guess John, you're a relatively new gun owner. Like, how do you like? Because for me, I feel like I would be like paranoid having a gun in my possession, like especially with kids.
Oh
for me-
yeah, yeah.
Well, for me, the only time I ever load it is at the range.
Yeah.
It is, and I make sure it's completely unloaded before I leave the range. I never if I'm dealing with a gun at my house, I make sure the bullets are across the room. When I'm done, I lock it away. It is in a bag. It is hidden away. I lock my room. I don't feel any more powerful having this gun. It's worst case, if I heard people shooting through my front door because of the escalation of the weapons they're using, I might go, okay, I'm going to quickly load at least some rounds into this as possible backup.
Right.
But if someone kicked into my door, I'm not going to take out the gun as my first response. You know,
That's what I'm saying. Like I've
obviously, you'd never know.
Yeah.
But just because you heard them kick the door, and you don't know if they don't have a gun. But
Yeah, exactly.
obviously, it's not going to be like, oh, someone's in the house. Let's load up.
Right,
yeah.
But no, I don't feel any more I have no power trip sensation owning a gun,
Yeah.
nor do I intend to use it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Bolin, what about
Yeah,
you?
it's my gun is in its own case locked away from the magazines, the clips, and all ammunition. It is individual, racked back, unloaded by itself. Chelsea and I showed it to Chelsea because Chelsea's uncomfortable around guns, and I took it apart. I showed her how it functions, all the mechanics of it, and I was like, there will never be a situation where a bullet is even in a clip outside of the gun.
Yeah.
Ammo will never be outside of an ammo box. It will never be loaded inside the apartment.
Well, so why not just keep it, instead of having it at your house, why not have it at a safety deposit box or something like that you have to go to when you physically want it, as opposed to having it in your house where something could happen, whether purposely or
Yeah.
you know, obviously.
I don't know. I think it's just like a convenience thing.
Because you
Yeah.
can train with the gun without any ammunition, different holster draws, different loading techniques.
Yeah, but once again, you could just go pick it up. Let's say
Yeah, you could.
you go to
Yeah.
a safety deposit.
Yeah,
like,
but then it's for stuff like that, depending on how much you practice that kind of stuff, you'd have to then take it back to your place because it's
Okay,
it's a gun.
for-
You're not just
for
going to do
cleaning
it in
and
front
stuff,
of
yeah.
the safety deposit
okay,
box.
then why not? Well, why not? You can have the gun, but you don't have your ammunition with you. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking through
No,
like
of course.
just
I mean-
the thought process here
Yeah.
as far as like
I also just don't want to drive all over town whenever I do want to go to the
convenience.
range.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a convenience thing.
just curious.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But
I feel safe enough with the measures I've taken.
Yeah.
Let's just say like a niece or nephew comes over. Let's just say they happen, upon it. Like one, if they manage to somehow pick the lock to get into the safe.
If they
One.
find the safe first.
If they found it first, one they would have to know how to load the magazine, which especially with my gun is very difficult. It's 45 caliber. And two, they would have to know how to then put it in the gun, and then for a little kid be strong enough to then ratchet the gun,
Sure.
and then hold it properly in order to get past the safety features to shoot the gun.
Uh-huh.
Not a scenario I want to be in. I'm just saying, worst case scenario.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
even you have kids like that. I would probably keep it in a. I would probably keep mine in a storage unit, like off site, or I would
Well,
hide
if
it.
kids came to visit, I would make sure it was, in a storage unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would ultra hide it, and I'd be like, look, parents, like if.
Is that something that you feel like you would need to tell parents who came over?
Oh yeah. Like if I ever babysat Kinsey or Madison, like I would.
Madison.
Or, yeah. So, yeah, whatever. Kinsey and Maddie.
It's okay.
Like I would be like, okay, I would have you watch me take the bag and take it out to the car outside the apartment. I don't know what kind of events would happen to where your kids would grow to be 6 feet tall to be able to reach my safe and then know the combination.
Sure.
But
yeah.
like, I'm just no. Like,
Yeah.
there's too many stories about kids.
Yeah, of
like,
course.
it's just like,
Yeah.
no way. It's
Plug your
going.
mic in more.
Like, shit. I don't know if you heard that, but yeah, I would take it. I'd be like, hey, Craig, look, here's my
Yeah.
gun. It's going out of my apartment over there. I might bring it to your house and hide it in your place while the kids are gone or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Like for me, it's as a parent, I would never want to have that around. And I know that there's a lot of people who are like, yeah, that's the reason why you have it around.
Right.
is
I would
for your
say
kids,
it's the opposite
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
my pastor at church. Like he has 2 boys, and like he has a rifle and a handgun. I think.
Yeah,
something
I had a
like
gun
that.
rack in my room.
Yeah.
I had a 20 gauge, a
Yeah.
30 cal, and like a 14 shotgun, just like there.
And like we also don't live in an area of terribly high crime. You
Yeah.
know?
We actually live. Well, this city in particular has the 3rd safest city in America.
Yeah, so I'm also like, we're also in a situation where it's not like, someone could very likely, we're a very small percentage chance that someone actually is going to break
know.
into our
Yeah.
house.
Yeah,
as
again,
opposed
like I'm
to-
not a big fan of concealed carry either. I don't anticipate getting a concealed carry license because I don't want to carry a loaded gun around with me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The gun conversation is so it's so volcanic.
Of course.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like there's
That's
this
the perfect word for it. Yeah.
there's it's beyond explosive, and the idea that someone may be so passionate about a certain way and others are so passionate about the other way, it's literally a huge dividing point in America.
Yeah.
You know, and we have any of you ones who are not in America, I'm sure you guys know, but like, I don't know, it's just such it's an amazing conversation to have, and I know that there's some G1s who are watching this and are like, they're either extremely pissed at the conversation,
Either at any of us.
yeah. For whatever reason, like
Yeah.
someone's mad at you for buying a gun, someone's mad at me for not buying a gun. Like, okay, that's fine. Just realize that like, it's great that we can have these conversations.
Yeah.
And not start yelling at each other about it,
Yeah.
about how stupid we are because we don't think of a certain way.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the best things about this community,
Uh-huh.
you know, is that we can do that. And we, as adults of a range of ages, can still have these conversations without fucking pulling one out.
Yeah.
You know?
I do want to talk about something kind of fun. So we were talking about
New topic.
No. So
same topic.
It does have to do with guns and hunting
Gameplay.
yourself.
Yeah.
So John was telling me
Gameplay.
about this when I left. When we were driving away, I was saying this thing is so dangerous. Anything could happen at any time. Like
I mean, yeah.
I could load it and just. What would happen if I just shot myself? Like I just had that thought, and John said it was called.
Oh yeah. So the appel de vide, the call of the void. When you get those like random thoughts of like, I could just jump off this bridge,
Right.
and like
It's-
you kind of feel like you're about to, and you kind of stop yourself.
It's not suicide. It's stopping yourself from causing your own harm.
Yeah, apparently, like the way like your negative reaction to those thoughts is a positive sign that you actually save your life, and that you're not suicidal. It's some strange.
I used to have those all the time.
Oh yeah.
Like senior year, probably.
Like what?
Like just like thinking like there's a pencil right there. I could stab that through my eye hole and probably just kill
exactly,
myself.
yeah.
Like I wouldn't do that, but like that's completely feasible, and I just don't think about it until like I'm thinking about it.
Or you
Yeah.
go up in
Yeah.
a hotel, like a tall building, and you look out the window. You're like, I could jump out of this bitch
Right,
now,
yeah,
no
same thing.
problem.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. You gotta have. I know you controlling the camera over there. You're having fun. You see, you've slouched into your bottom right
Yep.
corner again. That's why.
That's why we can't give you headspace.
That's why I can't give you headspace right there. Okay, you know what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
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 Do you ever have that thought, but like towards your kids, like?
Oh
No,
yeah,
no,
I
no,
would say
I mean, like,
What?
No. Because like,
I could just.
I'll
throw
say,
them
yeah,
off the
no,
roof
I've had it
right
towards
now.
because
other
I'll be at
people,
like a
too.
Christmas party, and there'll be a knife in the turkey, and this little kid will be reaching for the turkey, and I'm just thinking, that little kid could just grab that knife and cut its own little throat. I hope it doesn't, though.
No,
Yeah.
I'll say like I've had it towards other people. Like, oh, I could bash that person's brains in.
Yeah.
Like, not that I hate them. I have no negative like things towards them. It's just something that I
Is
feel
a
like I could
thought-
physically do.
That's why
Yeah.
it's called the call of the void. It just kind of seems like
Right.
it comes out of nowhere,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and it's obviously the void has double meaning. You know, it comes from nowhere, and also it's like a call towards deadly things.
You don't know
Right.
anything about this. You're gonna sit there switching your own camera faces,
Uh-huh.
and so you have no clue what we're talking
Craig's
about.
trying to cover up the fact that he has them all the time.
Yeah.
Constantly. No, I mean, I brought up the knives earlier, right? The idea of like working with knives and,
Knives.
you know, like the idea that a knife could be,
Right.
people who love guns are like, well, you can do the same with a knife.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, you're just like cutting carrots, and you're like, I could just stab
Yeah.
myself in the throat
Well, that's
right
that's
now.
why I said like
Yeah,
if
you
someone
like-
were to break in, I wouldn't want to grab a gun because if I shoot someone, I don't know if I would kill them, and I don't want to have that on myself. Whereas if I have something blunt or like that I'm holding in my hand,
Don't
I feel
feel
like
it.
I know. Yeah, I feel like no, but I feel like I have better control of not accidentally murdering someone
Yeah,
in
you'd
my
rather knock
house.
them out,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
break their faces.
And then you've
Of
got
course.
John who like
Yeah.
breaks into people's houses just for fun. It's
Well,
just-
yeah.
that's another reason to not get your gun out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're just like, John, you shot me. John, no.
No.
Here's another.
John,
What you
no.
say?
He's like, I was just playing by
Wow.
breaking into your house.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the knife conversation. It's we have sharp knives in our house. We have cutting knives, and
Yeah.
And there have been bands of people who've run through crowds just cutting and stabbing people.
yeah, that's,
Oh,
yeah.
that's been a thing.
That's even scarier.
recently.
Yeah, that's
shooting
worse
to
than
me.
shooting.
butcher
Happened in
knives and
China
such. Yeah,
last year.
that's happened in Europe several times.
Yeah.
Damn
And
maniac.
You could, I mean, realistically, in the world we live in, anything that you have right now around us within 20 feet can be used as a weapon.
I could teach you guys how to make
know?
black powder right now and go blow stuff up.
I'm sorry, what?
Most
I could
of
teach
the
you guys how to make
stuff-
black powder
Yeah,
right now. and go
I
blow
would
stuff
just
up.
encourage you not to do that.
Yeah, just
I'm
don't
just
teach
saying,
us how to make
yeah,
black
It's
powder.
so
but,
easy.
No, but what I'm saying is, you can walk out this door, get in your car, go down the street, and run over somebody that's on the sidewalk at any time. You know?
Yeah, if you thought like there's like somebody on the side of the road, it's like I could run them over right now.
Yeah.
And then you stop yourself from doing it. It's just that weird feeling, but like I don't know. I thought it was interesting because I got the gun and I was like,
You know,
something
I will
bad.
say early morning classes. I always think about how I would like different ways of getting out of class. And
yeah.
my go-to for some reason is always like telekinetic, making someone else's head explode.
That's
like-
how you would get out of class.
Yeah, I'm like, surely they would cancel class for that if someone's head just exploded
Bare
in the middle of
minimum,
the
head
classroom.
exploding.
Yeah, like I don't have
Not like all the
telekinetic
lights
powers.
going out.
No,
Or pipes busting.
nope. Someone's head exploding. I think I've seen too many movies recently, but
Greg's having way too much fun being cameraman over there.
Gameplay.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Perfect
you
timing.
could use your ATV to kill yourself. There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Man, I feel uncomfortable riding
You have
ATVs.
so many choices.
Yeah.
I like motorcycles.
This has
but
been.
ATVs are-
I've
Ooh.
actually really enjoyed this episode. I think this has been really fun. Partly because I've been running the camera,
Yeah.
but also because I feel like this has been really good conversation.
Gone
Yeah.
from shooting lasers to shooting guns.
yeah. Eye lasers.
Yeah. Take us out, Bolin. No,
think
you
he's
just
just
talk to
gonna
the
leave.
camera. I can
Oh.
stop it recording
Oh.
right now.
Hey, my name's Sean. Once upon a time,
glad we
I
know that
was
now.
a boy, and then I.
No, just say thank you and tell people know about Try Hard.
Oh.
Try
go
harder.
Tell everyone about Try Hard because it's the best.
And we have Try Harder
Thank you
coming
for-
up for
Thank you
exclusive
for watching.
patrons.
Patrons, try harder.
It's a good show. We talk about stuff.
That we do.
Heads exploding.